Okay, so hey guys, I am back with another video this week. And I know my last couple of weeks I think I've been a bit iffy with videos. And I know that sounds really stupid for like me not uploading and stuff because people will be like, you barely have any views, you don't have that many subscribers. But to me, I know that like there's a couple of people who really enjoy my videos as they message me every time they're watching my videos. And also like I enjoy doing it, so I feel like I'm letting myself down if I'm not committing to it. So yeah, also mind the fact that my bandana does not match my shirt. What are you gonna do? So this week's video, I thought I would do a storytime video. Storytimes have been one of my favourite things to film, as I find them so funny. And the reason I wanted to tell this one is because I told this to my friend recently over FaceTime, as I remembered it really weirdly. Basically, my friend was like, why have you not made this into a video yet? And I was like, that's a really good point. Why haven't I? Oh, I look atrocious, but okay. I was like, why haven't I? So I thought I'd make it, and this is about the time where some crazy woman was in McDonald's opposite me and my friend, and all the stuff that happened whilst we were there. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. I don't want to say let's get started anymore, I want something else, but I haven't got anything else, so for the moment, let's just begin the video here. Okay, so I think the camera's just slightly moved, so I apologise for that. Okay, so basically, this happened one day after college. Me and my friend went to McDonald's, as most teenagers do. And we went in and we got our stuff and whatever, and we were just sitting having a chat, and we were in there for ages, I can't remember why, but we just sat down and had a chat and talked about a lot and stuff. And sort of about half an hour into being there, this woman comes in, and there are these window seats in the McDonald's we're at which have like nicer, like softer, more comfortable chairs to sit in rather than like the little wooden chairs or like normal chairs sort of thing. And this woman comes in, and there's like an older couple sitting at the window seat, and she comes up to them and she's like, excuse me, do you mind if I sit here, because I mean the light's here and I just want to absorb the sun and catch the rays and feel the vibe, you know what I mean? And at this point I was a bit like, I can't wait to see how this turns out. But I'm like, no judgment to any of those sorts of people. Like, if you like have that sort of thing about vibes and rays and stuff, then like, you do you. But like, it was weird that like she had to ask to sit with like an old couple when like the place was empty just so she could sit by the window, and it was weird. So she sits down next to them and she pulls out a bottle of wine, a plastic cup, and no food from McDonald's. And I was just like, number one, you're not supposed to drink in McDonald's, you can actually get kicked out for that, which I'll get to later. But number two, like, you're in McDonald's by yourself and you're having a bottle of wine. Really? So she starts drinking this wine and whatever, and this old couple are just sort of ignoring her. And then she answers the phone, which is when it all gets so much better. So me and my friend were already thinking this woman's a bit weird, but then she answers the phone and she's a very loud speaker, and I mean she is shouting down the phone to whoever she's speaking to. I presume it's her friend. The first thing that set me off the warning for that this woman was going to be a great conversation to talk about one day was that she said on the phone to her friend, yeah, I'm just in this really fancy restaurant having a glass of wine. She's in McDonald's drinking wine out of a plastic cup. Like, what is wrong with you? Why lie? Just say you're in McDonald's, like. Anyway, so that was weird, and already the old people are starting to get annoyed because they're like, obviously there's this woman comes sat next to them and she's being really obnoxiously loud on the phone. And after a while, she starts talking about her sex life on the phone to her friend very loudly, to the point where even though it's quite empty, there's still a few amount of people in here that can all hear her clearly. So after about, I don't know, 20-ish minutes, me and my friend have learned all these things about her, of that she's slept with her best friend's boyfriend, that she's slept with her female best friend just to try things out, but she's slept with her numerous times. She's been going out and sleeping with lots of different people. Like, she's done a lot. And I now know all of this about this woman, which me and my friend were sat there laughing our heads off. Like, it was so funny. Like, I kept saying to my friend, I was like, this isn't real, we're on a TV. This is one of those prank shows where some cameras are wanting us to react badly so they can come out and be like, got you, this is how you reacted. Like, it felt so unreal. Anyway, so honestly, she must have been on the phone for maybe... Me and my friend, by the way, we were in there for a long time. We didn't want to leave until this woman had left. But she was on the phone for like a solid like 30-40 minutes. Like, she was on the phone for ages, and she non-stop talked about sex for like at least 25 of those minutes. Anyway, so halfway through the conversation, it gets better for us because there's this group of lads that were sat like sort of opposite us. We didn't know who they were, they didn't know who we were. But about halfway through the conversation, I'm facing the lads at the table because they're behind my friend, and they're like diagonal from us, so she couldn't see them, but I could. And only one of them, there were like 3-4 of them, but only one of them had heard the woman. But like, he was now laughing his head off, and then he saw me across the room laughing, like me and my friend laughing our heads off, and he looked at me and was like, are you hearing this? And I was like, literally, it's so funny. So me and this guy, and he then tells his friends, so me, this guy, and now his friends and my friend are all literally sitting there, none of us know each other, laughing our heads off at this woman, feeling bad for this poor old couple who were just going to McDonald's. Like, fair enough, if you wanted peaceful time, don't go to McDonald's. But like, they were just going to McDonald's, like, and this woman is honestly so... Oh my god, she was just too much. So eventually the old couple get up to leave, and they turn around and they see us all laughing, and they sort of look at us and they're like saying hi to us and stuff. But clearly they're annoyed, because I was a bit like, oh, I think they're annoyed at us because we were laughing and hadn't done anything, which is not our fault. Like, we didn't have to do anything, it's not our like obligation. But they were clearly annoyed. So they leave and go back downstairs to leave and whatever, and about 5 minutes later, the managers come up and whatever, and when I say managers, I mean there was a manager and like 3 employees all came with them, and they went up to the woman and they were like, excuse me, we're really sorry, we're going to have to ask you to leave because we've had a complaint about you being very rude and obnoxious and whatever, like basically saying everything that was true. And like talking about like explicit things on the phone and stuff. And she was like, well, I'm not on the phone anymore. I didn't even realise. And I was like, oh my god, this is great. She's gonna get in a fight with McDonald's staff, like. So she started getting really cheeky, and anytime they said anything, they were like, you need to leave. And she was like, but why? I'm not doing that anymore. So for example, they were like, okay, we're gonna have to ask you to leave anyway because you're drinking alcohol and we don't allow alcohol in our store. And she was like, well, this is empty, and held up the bottle of empty wine that she had finished. And when I say bottle, I mean it was a big bottle. She'd finished it by herself. So she was not lying when she said it was empty, but it was empty because she'd just drunk it. Like, honestly. Oh, and she just got so cheeky to them, and she was refusing, like, she would not leave. And eventually the McDonald's staff gave up. Like, they just went, okay, and walked off, like, and gave up. They weren't going to force her to leave. They were just like, they clearly have had customers like that before who they just can't be bothered to deal with. So they were just like, no, bye, whatever. Which made me laugh even more because she's just been a bundle of happiness to my life because she's made my day so much better. Anyway, so eventually she actually, after they leave, about 5 minutes later, she sits there and like strops for about 5 minutes, like huffing and puffing, whilst the rest of the room are trying to contain their laughter as best they can because it's been such a funny experience. And eventually she like collects up all of her stuff, throws the bottle in the bin, like chucks everything like that's like on the table that's like rubbish on the floor, and like picks up her bag and leaves and like walks out in a strop. And it was just such a crazy experience that it was like, this woman is crazy. Like, she is 100% psychopathic. Like, it was so funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I could talk about what she said in detail, but I said a while ago I wanted to keep this like YouTube channel somewhat clean when I talk about things, so I'm not going to go into detail what she said, but it was very graphic how she spoke on the phone to her friend. Pretty much it, guys, so hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you did, check out my other videos, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye!